Hello, everybody. It's such a pleasure to be here today with this amazing team of individuals here from Renison University College at the University of Waterloo. Today, we're going to be going through a lot of content together, talking about our amazing eSTEM program. So we're going to start off by watching an eSTEM video, and then we're going to be talking about the University of Waterloo and a Renison University College overview. We're going to be talking about the future of STEM, and then we'll jump into an eSTEM program introduction, which will include what you'll learn and how you'll learn in the program. And then you'll learn about the experience. And at the end of the presentation, we're going to open up the platform for some questions and answers. So feel free to think of questions throughout the presentation and keep those until the end so we can answer them with you. Now let's start with some introductions. So my name is Grant Leach, and I am an international recruiter here at the University of Waterloo, hence this amazing sweatshirt I'm wearing to showcase the university. But I've got an exceptional team from Renison University College, which is housed at the University of Waterloo on our amazing campus. So Ryan, how about you introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Ryan, and I am the Student Experience Manager at Renison University College. And I am very excited to speak with you about our eSTEM program that we will be presenting to you this evening as a great way for you to learn more about life in Canada, to experience life at a Canadian university, and to be able to build your soft skills in English. So I look forward to talking to you more about the program this evening or this morning for you.
Thanks, Ryan. Keely, over to you.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to our presentation. We're so happy to be able to present to you today about the eSTEM program. My name is Keely Cook, and I am an Assistant Director at the English Language Institute at Renison University College, which you're going to learn a lot more about very soon.
And last but not least is Wanting Zhang. Over to you, Wanting.
I guess I'll just talk in Chinese.
Yeah.
Hi, 大家好，我是张婉婷，目前是滑铁卢大学电气工程在读的大3学生，同时我也兼职在瑞纳森学院做 eSTEM 冬令营的辅导员。Thank you, Grant.
Thank you. Okay, so I think the best way to start is by showing you all a video about our eSTEM program. So we're going to start off with that. Thank you. So let's start. Ryan is going to introduce you first about Renison University College at the University of Waterloo. Over to you, Ryan.
Thanks so much, Grant. The program that we are going to be talking to you about today is a program that is housed at Renison University College. And this is one of the 4 federated or affiliated colleges that is located on the campus of the University of Waterloo. I myself am a proud graduate from the University of Waterloo from a program called Social Development Studies. And this is a program, one of many, that is offered at Renison. What I love about the Renison community is that it's at the heart of our campus, And the university college is a little bit like a smaller community within a larger city. The larger city in this case being the University of Waterloo, with more than 37,000 full-time students and many other students who are also studying in graduate and postdoctoral programs. Renison as a college, though, houses a variety of programs to help you to develop your language skills, to also experience language in other cultures. And we also house the second largest major in the Faculty of Arts, which is the Social Development Studies program that I'm a graduate of. At Renison, we also have the English Language Institute, which really helps to prepare students who haven't met the language requirements for admission at the University of Waterloo. And Renison also offers a wide variety of short-term language programs and experiential programs for students who are interested in experiencing life at a top quality university. We also house the eSTEM program, which you're here to learn about today. And so before we explain, though, what the eSTEM program is in more detail, I'm going to pass it back over to my colleague Grant here, who's going to talk more about the world-renowned University of Waterloo. But before we welcome Grant, I'm going to talk quickly about why is this presentation relevant to you. Across Canada and around the world, we've seen some pretty significant changes and unexpected changes recently due to the COVID-19 virus. But along the way, we've also found new ways of connecting with each other and really being able to pursue our hobbies and our interests and being productive. And although these may not be ideal, in many instances, they're getting the job done. And in some cases, we're doing things even better than we ever have done before, which is really exciting. And so the thing is, as we're seeing all these changes take place in our society, we're realizing the importance of being able to apply what you're learning and the knowledge and the skills through education to this type of changing environment with COVID. And that's what we do at Waterloo. We really look to the real world for the content that we cover inside our classes. So I'm going to hand things over now to Grant to talk a little bit about what type of students study at the University of Waterloo. Grant?
Thank you, Ryan. So our students at the University of Waterloo are not only learning at the forefront of their field, they're also gaining skills in adapting to our ever-changing future, like Ryan said. Now, because of these skills, employers worldwide recognize a Waterloo degree. We have over 200,000 graduates worldwide and more employer-student connections than any other university in the world. And we're so incredibly proud of that. Now, Waterloo students like Brooke, who you're going to see, or Wanting, who you're going to speak to today, are high achievers. Our minimum admission averages are among the highest in Canada, which means we have some of the brightest students from across the country and around the world joining Waterloo every year. Now, students are coming to Waterloo, like I said, from all around the world. We have over 90 nationalities represented by our student body, and we are committed to working harder than ever to recognize, respect, and celebrate the unique cultural backgrounds of our students. Now, our students are motivated and focused on gaining experience, whether that's in the workplace, through our cooperative education program, or exploring and discovering through our many hands-on experiences. Now, Waterloo has a reputation as Canada's most innovative university. And it's a theme that we embrace on many levels, with entrepreneurship incubators available to all of our students, with our professors doing cutting edge research, and hundreds of thousands of dollars in startup funding given to our students every year to grow their businesses. It's no wonder that we are #1 in Canada for producing venture capitalist-backed entrepreneurs. Now, it's not just investors who recognize the potential of our students. We have been ranked #1 for career preparation in Canada. And with alumni in nearly 150 countries around the world, a Waterloo degree is getting increasing global attention. Now at Waterloo, you're going to get your hands dirty, and that could be literally. Our fine arts, environment, and biology students could tell you all about that. But for any program that you study at the University of Waterloo, you're going to have opportunities to get hands-on experience directly related to your field. And that's either in the classroom or through volunteer opportunities or through paid work experience in our co-op program. Now, regardless of which schools you're considering for university, there are certain elements that you should always consider and expect to find at your post-secondary institution of choice. You should expect the opportunity to gain experience that prepares you for what's next. You should expect an education that gives you the knowledge and skills that you need to succeed. And you should expect to discover communities that ground and connect you. Now, here's how we do this at Waterloo. When it comes to experience and employability, we have got you covered. Nearly 70% of our students, like Wan Ting, are in our cooperative education or co-op program, meaning that when Wan Ting graduates, she'll graduate with 2 years of, or up to 2 years of paid work experience and a network of connections that Wan Ting can shape according to her interests, skills, and experience. In co-op, students alternate between 4 months of study and then 4 months work term. So study, work, study, work. And they get the opportunity to try up to 6 different jobs, and they gain between 16 and 24 months of work experience by the time they graduate. Now, we have the largest network of co-op employers in the world, with over 7,100 employers hiring Waterloo students each year. Waterloo is recognized as the #1 school in Canada for employer-student connections. And of course, the best part of this is these are paid co-op terms. Not only do our students typically earn between 8,400 and 18,000 Canadian dollars on a one co-op work term, but by the time they graduate, our co-op grads typically have higher employment rates. They have higher wages even within the first 6 months of graduating. And often our students have higher successes at the study immigration pathway into Canada. Now, with all of this talk of experience, I want to think about the second expectation that we mentioned, a high quality education. At Waterloo, we have over 100 programs to choose from across our 6 faculties. We have our Faculty of Health, our Faculty of Arts, our Faculty of Environment, our Faculty of Engineering, our Faculty of Math, and our Faculty of Science. And we also have a dozen business programs that are uniquely embedded within those 6 faculties, which gives our students a breadth of exposure to business along with another specialized area of study. So let's start by taking a look at our Faculty of Arts. We have 28 different majors and entry programs. In social sciences, humanities, visual arts, and languages, as well as global business and digital arts, which really falls into that STEM category, even though it's within the Faculty of Arts programming. And we also house accounting and financial management within that faculty. And this faculty produces graduates who are creative, critical thinkers, and lifelong learners. Now, Our Faculty of Engineering is home to Canada's largest engineering school, and it is ranked in the top 50 in the world, if you can believe it. So a very, very highly ranked engineering program globally. Our 14 engineering programs are world-renowned and also includes our architecture program. And every one of these programs are 100% co-op, which means you'll start right away in your first year getting work experiences. And what's also unique about our engineering programs is there is no general first year. You will start right away studying in that discipline that you've chosen. Now, students in our Faculty of Environment are focused on making an impact from the local to the global stage. And these students are committed to building a sustainable future for humanity at the most popular destination for environment students in Ontario. Now, let's look at our faculty of our faculty of health. And this faculty, it's all about improving health and quality of life. It's often thought of as the person faculty. So you're studying health from the cellular to the societal level. And you'll find health students volunteering and engaged in many of our extracurricular activities on and off campus. Now, math and computer science are certainly popular at the University of Waterloo, and that's for good reason. According to Forbes Career Cast, 6 out of the 10 top careers and top paying careers start with one of those degrees that you see on the screen in front of you. We are home to the largest concentration of math and computer science talent in the world. So our Faculty of Mathematics puts you in incredible company. You'll be learning with the brightest and the best from around the world. Now, finally, there's our Faculty of Science, where you're going to find Canadian research chairs. We receive more than $50 million in annual research funding, and we even have a Nobel laureate. Her name is Professor Donna Strickland, and she recently won the Nobel Prize in Physics. So there are 18 different programs in this faculty covering physical, life, and environmental sciences, as well as interdisciplinary programs and a professional school for optometry and pharmacy. Now, I want to introduce you to Lucky. Lucky is a Master of Kinesiology. She's a kinesiology student in the Faculty of Science an Electrical Engineering and eSTEM peer leader at the University of Waterloo. And I'm really excited that she's here to highlight what life is like at the University of Waterloo. Oh, you're muted. You're muted,
Oh.
Wanting. Thanks.
It's not muted now.
You're
Thank you,
good.
Grant. 大家好，我是张婉婷，然后现在是滑铁卢大学电气工程在读的大3学生。刚才也提到了，我也是 eSTEM 这个项目的辅导员，所以今天呢非常开心能参加这个活动，并且用中文来分享自己的经验以及我的专业和大学。就是刚才也提到了，工程系是有实习机会的，一共是6个学期的实习机会，总长度2年。这就意味着，在我毕业的时候，我有2年的实习经验。然后以我自己为例，我现在是大3的最后1学期，我一共是做了4次实习4次实习，一共是1年零4个月。然后这个是怎么工作的？就是学校提供平台，然后学生可以自己去申请，并且面试自己的喜欢公司。和我们学校合作的公司有非常多，比如说华为啊、特斯拉、谷歌，还有在各个行业领先的公司。我自己曾经在丰田以及加拿大最大的宠物保险公司，还有一些软件公司做自动化测试，还有程序员等工作。我自己的专业电气工程是一个硬件和软件都涉及的专业，所以我们的就业方向就比较宽泛，可以是 电路设计、硬件设计、编程以及任何和电脑有关的专业。Thank you。
谢谢你，谢谢你 Brooke。应该你们知道 Brooke 是非常厉害的学生，对不对？我觉得。
Wow, great. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to be talking a little bit about STEM. It's a word we use in English to explain the fields of science, technology, engineering, and math, all of which are famous disciplines at the University of Waterloo. And we're going to introduce you to these areas and talk about eSTEM, how you can develop your soft skills through English. But before we do, I want to talk about, you know, we're entering the fourth industrial revolution, which brings together digital, physical, and biological systems. It's the future generation's responsibility to keep up with the future and the always changing STEM fields. So you, as future STEM graduates, will need to gain the skills to ensure a smooth transition into the future. Now, STEM is the curriculum of the future and the next wave in education. STEM, or science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, is proving to be an approach to education that is being adopted by leading institutions around the world, like the University of Waterloo, so that we are producing the next skilled generation of workers. Now, speaking of work and jobs in STEM, we see how STEM jobs are in demand like never before, with annual STEM job growth hitting 4.6%, and that's compared to 1.8% for the overall job market in 2017. Now, examples of STEM occupations include technicians, programmers, developers, engineers like Brooke, meteorologists, medical doctors, nurses, chemists, astronomers. And there's the employment opportunities in STEM disciplines are extremely promising. The finance, healthcare, and high-tech sectors in particular are booming as there is a high demand for university-educated STEM professionals in Canada and the United States and around the world. Now, considering by 2030, the number of Canadians over 65 is projected to reach 9.5 million, or 23% of our population, we can expect significant openings in STEM jobs in at least two ways. The first way is that many positions will be open when the current professionals retire. 当他们退休的时候。An aging demographic is expected to put more stress on our healthcare system, which is already experimenting with the integration of smart technologies. And this is also the case in the Greater China region, which has one of the fastest growing aging populations in the world. So the population of people over 60 years old in China is projected to reach 28% by 2040. So now, despite how positive and how many jobs are available in Canada, in the STEM fields in Canada, Canada is facing a talent shortage in this field, considering that there is really a relatively low percentage of graduates in STEM programs. There's just 18.6% of working age Canadians who graduate from STEM programs in 2016. And a survey by the Conference Board of Canada found that Canada ranked 12th out of 16 different countries in this category. So we were ahead of the US, but we were far behind other leaders like Finland, Germany, Austria, and France. Now, the Canadian immigration policy has long favored applicants with STEM backgrounds, software developers among the most likely candidates to be considered for permanent residence. So for immigrants looking to make a home in Canada with a very good salary, STEM credentials are one of the strongest assets that you can seek. So how can we prepare for what is yet to come? In order to be prepared for the future, we must understand how the job outlook is changing and work on the skills that future employers will be looking for. For instance, creativity, originality, and initiative are skills that are so important in recent times. Employers constantly test potential candidates of their ability to observe and solve a problem from an out-of-the-box perspective. Analytical thinking and innovation are two more essential skills that make or break the success of any job application. And this is in addition to essential communication skills that help you to overcome challenges and work collaboratively with your colleagues. So a program like eSTEM will inspire you to continue building these skills through STEM programs in higher education, such as those offered by the University of Waterloo. At the University of Waterloo, we offer a variety of STEM programs that answer directly to the talent shortage faced in Canada by increasing the number of STEM graduates. We also created the eSTEM program to inspire future STEM students like you to pursue higher education in these demanding fields. So I'm going to pass it over to Brooke, and she can highlight our eSTEM program.
Thank you, Grant.
Oh, you're still, you got it.
Am I muted? OK, cool. 所以 STEM 是刚才也提到了，是科学、技术、工程和数学领域的词，这些都是滑铁卢大学著名的学科。eSTEM 是给大家，尤其是高中生一个启发，告诉大家，让学生更明确的了解他们在大学的时候更想做哪一个领域的工作。然后每周我们都会有一些讲座，我们会邀请数学系、工程系、科学系的一些在读博士生，他们会来给学生们分享他们正在研究的课题。我认为这是一个非常好的开阔眼界的机会，而且学生还有机会提问这些博士生任何他们感兴趣的话题，就比如说我们有人工智能、地球科学、生物，还有量子计算一些讲座，当然还有给高中生特别准备的数学竞赛的讲座。当然了，除了这些比较专业的讲座以外，我们还有一些，当然有英语课程会帮助大家提高英语沟通能力，然后团队合作能力，尤其是口语和写作方面能力也会大幅提升。从我们现在收到的所有反馈来看，都是非常正面的。然后大部分学生都反映，他们希望这个冬夏令营的时间能更长一点。Thank you. Back to you, Grant.
Thank you very much, Wan Ting, for that amazing introduction to the eSTEM program. So the eSTEM program will be offered in 3 different intakes this coming year, from January 24th to February 10, from July 11 to July 26th, and from August 8 to August the 23rd. And these dates here are listed in Eastern Time. Your eSTEM sessions will take place from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. The program will consist of 10 hours of classes designed to develop your soft skills in English. These classes are aimed at students whose English language level is considered to be intermediate to high intermediate or advanced. The soft skills classes are designed to prepare you to fully participate in all of the educational learning opportunities. And in addition to these 10 hours of soft skills in English classes, you will also participate in 10 hours of interactive educational workshops and events. So I'd like to pass you over to my colleague Ryan, who will now talk about what kinds of events and workshops you'll have the opportunity to attend in the eSTEM program.
Thanks so much, Keely. So as part of our eSTEM program, We are very excited to introduce to you the University of Waterloo community. As you've heard, our university has an extraordinary reputation for excellence. We pride ourselves on our environment that encourages innovation and entrepreneurship. And so in the eSTEM program, we want to introduce you to some of the opportunities you'll be able to take part in once you're a University of Waterloo student. So some of the things that we are excited to introduce you to include student design teams, such as the Midnight Sun Solar Race Car team that you see on your screen right now. This is a team that has been designing and building solar-powered race cars at the University of Waterloo since 1988. With their next car, they're hoping to take on the challenge of creating a car that is both energy efficient and practical. And Midnight Sun proudly represents our university at both the American Solar Challenge and the World Solar Challenge that happens every year. And so one of the events that we do in the eSTEM program is a student design team showcase. This is where you will get the chance to speak to other students who are in these design teams. You'll get to ask them questions and learn more about how they got involved on their design team and how you can do that once you're a University of Waterloo student. In addition, for mathematics, we're really excited to introduce to you the Centre for Education in Mathematics and Computing. They are Canada's largest and most recognized outreach organization for promoting and creating activities and materials in mathematics and computer science. They are the host to the popular Euclid Math Contest. And this is a contest where more than 19,000 students write the senior level high school mathematics test every year. And many students who write the Euclid contest and apply to study in the University of Waterloo's Faculty of Mathematics every year are considered for entrance scholarships. And so doing well on this contest can also help to gain admission to the Faculty of Mathematics at the University of Waterloo. And so in the eSTEM program, we are proud to offer an interactive presentation with a speaker who's going to share with you some helpful strategies so that you could be successful if you choose to enter the Euclid Math Contest in the future. Now, something else that we are really excited about and something that Renison University College is known about really well for our campus is for our warm and welcoming community. We welcome students from all over the world to study at the University of Waterloo. And so we are very well known on campus for hosting a lot of fun social events. And these events are designed for you to practice your conversational small talk and to be able to get to know other University of Waterloo students. An example of one of the events that we do in the eSTEM program and is one of our most popular events is called speed friending. Now, this is an event where you will be put in a breakout room online with a small group of University of Waterloo students. And for 10 minutes, you will practice your conversational skills by asking each other questions to get to know your new friends. But don't worry if you don't know what to ask, because we also provide conversation starter questions to help you get an idea of what type of things you can talk to your new friends about. In the program, we also want to help you meet senior University of Waterloo students so that you can ask questions about what is it like to study at Canada's Innovation University. And so one of the events we also host is called our STEM Meet and Greet. And in this event, you'll be able to rotate to different chat rooms to talk to students who are studying in areas like science, engineering, and mathematics at the University of Waterloo. And so it's a great opportunity for you to learn about the programs that they are studying and a chance for you to hear more about their student experience as a university student in Canada. Our events overall, though, are a really fun way to be able to meet new people from all over the world. And we know that it can feel a little intimidating sometimes to be able to practice in these events. What's great though is we host our events on Zoom, and you can choose to share your screen. You can choose to turn on your microphone if you want, or if you feel more comfortable, you can use the group chat during the event and type in your questions or comments in the chat boxes instead. But by attending these type of events in eSTEM, it's going to be a great way to practice your listening and speaking skills in English, and to be a part of a very warm and supportive community. Everyone is very friendly. And so that's the other great part of the eSTEM program, is you really get to experience student life at the University of Waterloo. Now, of course, we hope that someday we can help to welcome you to our University of Waterloo campus in person. But until that can happen, we want to help you get a taste of what is it like to be in Canada, to learn more about the people, our culture, and life at a Canadian university. And so until we can do that, we host many virtual events to introduce you to student life at Waterloo. One of the awesome ways we do this is through a City of Waterloo and Campus Life virtual tour. And so during this event, you'll get to learn more about life in the cities of Kitchener, Cambridge, and Waterloo. And we will then speak specifically to student life on campus. At the University of Waterloo, we have more than 200 campus clubs for students to get involved and to practice their skills and to make new friends. There is really a club for almost anything on campus. If you like to play sports, there are many campus sports clubs and teams you can join. If you enjoy getting to know students from your own culture, there are clubs like the Chinese Student Association. We have a Latin Student Association, and everyone is welcome to join these clubs. Even if you have an interest in video games or playing a Rubik's Cube or eating cheese, there's a club for that too at Waterloo. And so in the eSTEM program, you'll learn more about these type of opportunities, and you'll get a chance to be able to be a part of our active student community at Waterloo. So with all of that said, I'm sure you're wondering, what does that actually look like on a calendar? And so I'm pleased to share with you an example of one of our past calendars in the eSTEM program. What will happen is at the beginning of the program, you will attend a welcome orientation session that provides you with more information about the University of Waterloo, and will also introduce you to all of the people who are here to help support you in the program, and to also introduce you to our online learning software that you will use in the program. And then you'll attend your first English and soft skills class for the day, followed by your first event. And so each day there is usually 1 hour of class and 1 hour of an event or a workshop for you to attend. And so when you register for the program, the week before you join, you will receive an email with your specialized calendar for the eSTEM program, and it will tell you more about what you can expect. And so this is just an example of what the calendar looks like, but you will have a chance to be able to see other events and activities during the eSTEM program too. So with that said, I wanted to also share with you that by participating in the program, you have the chance to also compete to earn some pretty cool awards. And so I'm going to turn it back over to Brooke, who's going to talk a little bit about the awards that you could win by participating and being involved in the eSTEM program. Hi, Wanting.
Thank you, Ryan. 所以就是刚才也提到了，在课堂和线上活动中最积极参与的3名学生会拿到我们的一个证书，一共有金银铜3个奖项，奖励给那些最积极参与的学生。比如说，你上课的时候打开摄像头，积极提问，然后去很多我们的线上活动，我们会记录出勤率嘛，所以最终有3个人将会获得这个证书，当然我们还有一些奖品。
Thank you, Wanting. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
At this I'm sorry about that one, Ting, but in addition to all of the fun and the prizes that you have the chance to win in the various eSTEM workshops and events, you will also enjoy developing your soft skills in English within the dynamic environment of your daily language classes. As we've mentioned, the main goal or objective of these classes is not only to prepare you to participate fully in all of the STEM workshops and other interactive events that we have planned for you, but also to develop your soft skills. So how do we do that? How do we prepare you to have a successful experience in the eSTEM events? Well, in your language classes, you will expand your STEM vocabulary related to program events. Through speaking and using this new vocabulary, you will also improve your confidence to participate fully in the workshops and present your ideas and opinions afterwards. So on the next slide, we're going to get an idea of what a sample class might look like. Here you can see that for the first 20 minutes of a 1-hour class, you might focus on interpersonal communication skills. This is a branch of soft skills. In this class, those interpersonal communication skills might include attention to effective listening. These interpersonal communication skills could then be used when working in small groups or teams, like in breakout rooms or in the STEM events. You might then spend the next 20 minutes preparing for the next STEM event, which in this class would mean preparing for an entrepreneurship talk called Big Problems Equal Big Business. For a talk like this, it would be important to learn about the value of building entrepreneurial skills and the vocabulary that's needed to talk about how entrepreneurs view problems as an opportunity to be creative and, of course, make money. So in the last 20 minutes of class, you could be working on developing your presentation skills, which are very important, of course, for future entrepreneurs. And in this sample class, you would look at how to create and include effective visuals within a presentation. Finally, at the end of class, you will be assigned some homework that will help you to either reinforce learning from the class or prepare you for an upcoming STEM session. You can expect to receive feedback on your homework from your instructors, and this will provide you with valuable insight into your learning within the program. So to ensure your success in the eSTEM program, you are encouraged to engage fully in event preparation and class homework, as well as actively participate in classes and events. You can do this by asking your teachers questions and interacting with your classmates. The more that you prepare and participate in your eSTEM classes, the more you will get out of them. So at this point, I'm going to pass you back to Wan Ting, who's going to talk about what you can earn at the end of the program.
刚才也提到了，就是如果积极参与活动的前3名会有一个参与奖啊，但是如果你平均的出群率都保持在80%及以上，我们也会颁发一个证书，证明你完成了这个冬令营或者夏令营嘛。当然，我觉得最宝贵的就是你也认识了很多不同领域的博士生，还有交到一些朋友嘛。就是比如说，我们有一些学生，他们会就是在讲座以后，他们会找那些博士生要他们的联系方式，因为他们对这个领域，比如说特别感兴趣，或者他们就是想说怎样能深入的了解这个领域。我觉得这是一个非常好的机会。Thank you.
So we've covered off a lot of information this evening, and this is the opportunity for you in the audience to take advantage of having this exceptional team here from the University of Waterloo, as well as one of our current students, to ask about their experiences or ask questions about the eSTEM program. So feel free to write your questions in the Q&A, and we will get one of our team to address them. And to start, we have we have one question coming in asking, is this recording going to be available afterwards? And my belief is yes, that this recording will be available and sent afterwards to those who have attended, so that you can review. Maybe you can share with your parents if they didn't get to watch today, or with a friend. So we'll be making sure that you receive a copy or a link, sorry, to the video presentation. Okay, most Asia students are shy to talk. How can you encourage them to talk? Can you elaborate more on this? So I think I'm going to pass that over to Ryan to address, and maybe Keely, then you can jump in as well and talk about it from a classroom perspective. So over to you, Ryan.
Absolutely. So we recognize that it can be challenging for students to feel comfortable speaking and engaging. One thing that is very terrific about the eSTEM program is that we do have small classroom sizes so that students are able to participate with small audiences. We also, though, work in our orientation to help establish our expectations for students to participate, and we include these student engagement awards as an added incentive to encourage students to be engaged. In addition to that, we also work with having a virtual WeChat community with our students. And so students are able to engage and ask questions even after the classes or the events have finished. And this is a great way for students to build their confidence in their English by engaging and participating in our WeChat virtual community. And so we work from the beginning of the program to help students know that it is a safe, friendly, and supportive community to practice your skills and to be able to ask questions. But definitely the awards, the prizes, and other motivation definitely doesn't hurt.
Absolutely, Ryan. And if I could just add to that, in your actual soft skills classes, your instructors also, they know that it's difficult at times to speak and participate, and they really work hard to, as Ryan said, create a safe environment where you really do build that confidence to be able to participate and to take risks. You're encouraged to take risks and to make mistakes, because that's how we learn. And your instructors are going to encourage you to do that. And if I could just speak also related to this question is another question that's come in about how many students are there in one class. Ryan mentioned that the classes are small in size, so we never have more than 25 students in a class, and quite often your instructors will use breakout rooms, which will allow you to be in even smaller groups with 3 or 4 or 5 students, and that will also help you to feel maybe a little more confident and a little less shy to be able to participate as well.
Thanks, Keely. One thing, I wonder if you wanted to add anything. I mean, you have a unique perspective. You're from China yourself. You've been a peer leader and have engaged with students. So is there anything you wanted to comment on as well? And feel free to speak Mandarin.
首先我们就是有个，刚才 Kiwi 也说，我们的每个每一个组都非常的小，然后会被就是上课以后会被分到不同的讨论组嘛，所以就一般来说，不会超过整个班不会超过25个学生，然后每个小组大概也就5个学生，然后而且我们还有很多线上活动是来帮助大家交朋友，并且锻炼口语能力，然后一些讲座我们也是非常希望学生们能踊跃发言吧。
Thanks, Wan Ting. So we have a question about the cost of the eSTEM program. So the eSTEM program is available for 999 Canadian dollars for the full program. And there's an additional question coming in asking if this is an online program. And yes, the eSTEM program is available. It is an online program, but maybe Keely, can you address some of the conveniences of the program, the timings of the program? Thank you.
Yes, so Gary, this is an online program, absolutely. It is timed so that it's being offered during the morning hours in most Asia countries. And the nice thing about this program is that everything is recorded. So just like this webinar, your classes and your events are also recorded, and you will have access to those recordings if you're unable to attend a session or two. So you can, and for those of you that want to review, maybe to improve your language, you can also go back and review all of the recorded sessions as well. All of the events and workshops that are hosted by the student experience team are also online. Those are all recorded. And I think perhaps maybe Ryan could talk a little bit more about just what you might be able to take with you after this program in terms of access to ongoing virtual events as well.
Yes, so as a graduate of the eSTEM program, students will then also have access to a number of virtual events and workshops, even after the time that the program has ended. We also continue to offer our WeChat community, where we will share updates about the University of Waterloo, and to also answer questions that students will have even after the eSTEM program has finished. It's really important to us that our students feel that after the program ends, that they still are a part of our Renison University College community and the University of Waterloo community. And so there will still be virtual workshops and events that students get invited to even after the workshop or the program has ended.
Thank you, Ryan. So we have a question that came from Pang Mao in Chinese, but it says, how much is the tuition fee for this course? So it is 999 Canadian dollars. We also have a question regarding the first class. We'll talk about the University of Waterloo and how to prepare for a U of Waterloo admission. So the first class will highlight all of the programs within the faculties at the University of Waterloo, and you will also receive tips on the admissions information form. So that's a critical piece, especially for super competitive programs like engineering, which Wan Ting is a part of. Because so many students are applying from around the world with extremely high admissions averages, the admissions average is quite high for students. So we look at additional pieces of information, and that can be supplemented in the admissions information form. Things like the eSTEM program, and especially receiving awards in the eSTEM program, can certainly bolster or make you get noticed by the admissions committee. So there'll be tips on how to quantify things on your admissions information form, for example. So your understanding is correct. It will be an overview of the program and how to go through that admissions process for our degree programs. Now, we also have a question coming in, Keely, in regards to the level of STEM. Does someone have to have an advanced level of STEM in order to come into the program? Do you want to address that one, Keely?
Sorry, yes, I mean, absolutely. You do not need to have any certain level of STEM before coming into the program. I mean, it's great if you have a passion for all things STEM related, of course, but you don't have to have a certain basic level of knowledge. It's really an introduction to STEM at the University of Waterloo. And perhaps, Ryan, maybe you want to add to that? I see you nodding. I don't know if you have anything else to say.
I agree. I think we've designed it so that it is a very broad understanding and helping you to develop more understanding of what are future careers in science, technology, engineering, and math that you could pursue. So there is no expectation of any high school grades or any specific high school courses you must be studying in order to do the program. What I have loved about it is myself, even as someone who is an arts student or was an arts student, I have learned a lot through the sessions without prior experience with engineering or science or math. And so it is very open to everyone. And the only thing you need is a passion or an interest in wanting to maybe study in science, technology, engineering, or math someday.
Thanks, Ryan. Keely, we have another question coming in about the English performance or the English language requirements to be in this program. Did you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Sure. So that's a great question. And my answer to this one is a little different from the previous question about you don't have to have any STEM knowledge, but you should be coming to this program really with maybe an intermediate level of English. And what does that mean? It means that you can essentially follow the gist of this presentation, right? You can understand what we're saying and what we're talking about. There might be some words that you don't understand, but you should be able to catch much of it. If you are a beginner of English, it will be a little more challenging for you. And so that's also another reason why we record all of the sessions so that you would have the opportunity to go back. But I think it would be a little challenging. I really do recommend, as I had mentioned in the presentation, this is a program that is primarily designed for people with a sort of a middle or intermediate level of English. You can understand the gist of a conversation. You can contribute to a conversation. You're comfortable expressing your opinions. If you're an advanced speaker of English, there is enough challenge for you as well in this program that you won't feel that this is not just an English language program. Our focus is really on developing those marketable soft skills that Grant has talked about that are so valuable and sought after in connection with STEM knowledge. So that's what I would recommend.
Keely, we have another question for you that you can address. It's saying, since Waterloo is such a top university, will this program be tough to cope with? How do you grade or access the participants for assess their performance or outcomes in the program?
Okay. And those are great questions too. Waterloo is a top university and it does have a reputation for academic rigor or challenge. And this program is also challenging, but it's not beyond anybody's ability to be able to participate. As I said, there is homework. It's encouraged for you to do the homework because it helps you to learn and prepare for the upcoming sessions. If you don't do it, that's fine too. It's encouraged, right? As I said, the more you put into the program, the more you will get out of it. You do not have to do the homework, nor will your homework be graded. So there is no final grade for the program, but you do get ongoing feedback from your highly experienced language instructors. So they will be giving you constant feedback on any work that you choose to submit. So as I believe Wanting mentioned, in order to earn the certificate, you will need to attend 80% of the program. That's your soft skills in English classes, as well as the events and workshops. So with 80% attendance, you can earn a final certificate.
Thanks, Keely. We're going to keep another question for you. In terms of IELTS, what should the students' level, like suggested level, be, or the range in an IELTS score?
Well, I would say probably if you do have an IELTS score, you're going to want it probably to be about, well, at minimum, 4.5. And it can range upwards from there. But I think a 4.5 would be ideal for full participation in the program.
Great. We had a question in the Q&A, and it's also come up in the chat about the age requirements. Someone has said they have a son who's a grade 5 student, and he has a lot of passion in science. Is he qualified for the program? So the age requirement for the program is actually 13 years of age would be the lowest that we could consider for the program. So a student in grade 5 is, I believe, around 10 years of age. So they would not meet that age level to be admitted into the eSTEM program. But we look forward to them keeping in touch and continuing to have an interest in the eSTEM program, because that 13th birthday is just around the corner. We also have a question about what is the most common challenge in the beginning of the course. Maybe Ryan, we can talk about that with you and participation in the extracurricular activities.
One thing that we often hear from students in the beginning is probably the most challenging thing is just to feel shy to start with. We know that students are entering the program and they won't yet know anybody when they attend our orientation or go to their first event. But we have designed the program in a way to help you slowly build your confidence by getting to know your classmates and other students at the University of Waterloo. Even before the program starts, once a student has registered and paid for the program, we give them access to our WeChat community right away. And this is a great way to be able to start getting to know your peer leaders that are senior university students like Wanting, and also get to know your student experience team. We really try to also get to know every single student in the program and have conversations in WeChat to get to know more about you and why you're excited to study in eSTEM and what you hope maybe to study in university someday. And so we do this so that you will feel more comfortable, more relaxed to participate once the first day of the program begins. And so there are many ways that we will encourage and support you. I think what's really important to know is we encourage your participation when you feel most comfortable. We do not want you to feel uncomfortable to participate or engage. We are not going to force you to do that. But the more that you participate, the more you will benefit from the program. And that's something that our graduates of eSTEM have always told us, is that the more that they participate, the more that they have loved the program.
Thank you, Ryan. There's another question that I think we can ask you to address. If you could give a further description about the Games Institute workshop, which is part of the schedule.
Yes. So in some of our sessions of eSTEM, we've introduced the Games Institute. This is an educational center on the campus of the University of Waterloo. And there are PhD and graduate students who are studying what is called gamification. Gamification is a subject area to talk about how you use games, maybe apps, gaming, to help improve one's life. And so they study what type of apps, what type of games and virtual reality would help to improve our life and our well-being. And so the Games Institute event includes a talk by one of our graduate students from the Games Center, or Games Institute, who talks about what are they studying and what are they researching. And they will talk more about how students can study things like gamification to be able to help improve the world and create cool apps that help benefit society.
Great. We have another question coming through in regards to equipment. Is there any equipment that is required for students to attend this program, since it's related to engineering and such techniques? So Keely, is there any additional equipment required?
No. If you have a laptop, if you have a laptop or a tablet that you can work off of, we use Zoom for all of our live sessions. So for all of the workshops and events and classes, we use the Zoom platform. You do not need to have a special account or anything like that. You simply need to join with the links that we provide through our online managed learning system. So the system that we use is called Canvas, and you can access that either on a laptop or on a tablet. And on that learning management system, you'll find not only the links and the recordings of all of the workshops and classes, but you'll also find some course material, readings, not a lot of readings. We're not going to ask you to read a lot, but you'll find some information, and that's where you will also submit any homework assignments as well using that platform.
We had another question come in about how to apply for the program. So I actually just put that in the chat function. You can apply to the program by accessing that link. There's a section on the right-hand side that says apply to this program and check eligibility, and you can work there, or you can connect with a member of the Apply Board team to support you. So it looks like that's all of our questions coming in. So we want to first thank you for taking the time to come and learn more about the University of Waterloo and our exceptional eSTEM program housed at Renison University College. We look forward to welcoming you into our program and help you explore the future of STEM with us. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening ahead.